Everyone, today I'm going to be doing a review on the Fluidlines from the MAC Spring 2014 collection of Fantasy of Flowers. So we have Sassy Moss and I don't know how to say it, Flow Garden. Someone tell me how to say this before I butcher it, please. Leave me a comment, I won't be offended. So let's talk about Sassy Moss first because I can pronounce it. And this is a bright, oh, it's even making my camera go crazy. It's a bright green. It's almost like a Kelly green, but it leans a little bit more aqua. It's definitely a very pretty Fluidlines. I know I was the most excited about this shade because usually when we see Fluidlines, it's gold, it's silver, it's brown, it's purple. I mean, no offense to whatever garden. You know, those are the colors we see. So this is really nice to step out of that thing. In terms of how they wear, they wore the same amount of time as any MAC Fluidline, 8 to 10 hours. You can use them as a liner, you can use them kind of like as a creamy shadow, kind of like the Maybelline Color Tattoos, but I don't recommend it for the shade particularly. With the purple one, a little bit more, but this one gets a little, I don't know, splotchy, a little bit. But it's great as a liner on the lid, on the waterline, below the waterline. It applies matte. It's wet at first, but then it sets perfectly, so make sure you always keep your cap on tight. So let's get this swatched up with my little swatcher. The woes of doing swatches. So as you can see, this is what I was talking about. When you apply it a little bit thick, it gets a little splotchy like this. When you apply it thinner, you really don't have that problem. When you apply it as simply just a liner, you really don't have that problem. It's really hard to line and look at camera at the same time. But when you line it, just take my word, when you line it regular, you don't have a problem. But when you start trying to paint it on, it gets splotchy, it gets cakey. Don't do that. But overall as a liner, I loved Sassy Moss. I think it's going to get a lot of use out of me for this spring. I think that it would go great with a lot of purple looks, a lot of pink looks, green looks, of course. I feel like this is smoky looks. There's a lot of looks that this shade is going to go with to make the look feminine and perfect for the spring. And then we also have Flow Garden. I'm just cleaning off my brush. Now, Flow Garden, I feel, is a shade we've seen before. Yes, it's a purple. Yes, it's very pretty. And it kind of reminds me of like if Heroin lipstick was a Fluidline. That's what it reminds me of. I haven't done the swatch comparison. But I look at it and I'm like, damn, that looks like Heroin if Heroin was a Fluidline. So if you love Heroin, you may want to wear this with it. It could work out perfectly. I'm wearing it today. I'm wearing it on my lower lash line. I'm wearing it on my waterline. Again, has great wear. This one applies better if you want to use it as a shadow. It does give a long wear time. It dries matte. I could have swore I saw a little bit of shimmer, but I don't think so. I think that was just my shadow migrating. So if you're wearing it with the migrating shadow, you might wind up with a little bit of shimmer in it. So let me just get this swatched up for you. So there's Flow Garden, and that's more thicker. As you can see, it's not caking up. I like that it doesn't cake up. Well, now it's getting sheer. But let me get more product on here. There you go. It's unbelievably hard to swatch and look at the camera. But definitely smoother, more opaque, not as streaky. You can use it as a liner. You can build it up as I was showing you guys. You definitely get that. You can have that lighter violet or that deeper violet. I like that it has that blendability and that build-up ability. Is that a word? I don't know. Which you can't really do with Sassy Moss. But either way, they're very pretty colors. I would have liked to see them add a pink and maybe a yellow. That would have been nice because they did go with that. They did have green, purple, then they had their yellow shades, and then they had their pink shades. I would have liked to see that too. But what did you guys think about these Fluidlines? Did you find them unique and pretty? Do you think that they went well? Do you think that they could have done something other than purple? Because we've seen purple a lot, but Sassy Moss is definitely a win. Do you guys agree with me or not? Let me know. Did you pick them up? Did you play with them? Leave me some comments. Enjoy the picture swatches, and please follow me on Instagram. I'm Recycled Starfist.